Wagwan everybody, Lennox here from Simple123 Trader. This is the weekly outlook for the week of June 5th to June 10th. And I'll be taking a look at what's setting up for this week on the major indices, currencies, commodities, and cryptos. Starting off with the US dollar index, that will give us an idea of what major pairs like Euro USD and GBP USD and so forth are all doing based on what the US dollar is doing and going to be doing for the remainder of the week. So on the weekly time frame, first of all, just a quick overview. Um, we've been in a very sharp move to the upside, but we've reached and encountered a new area of resistance. We'll come back to that same area again. We hit that area in 2020, and also previously to that, 2017. So there's 3 years between, and now here we are in 2022, and that's 2 years, and we've come to that resistance area and are to the downside here. So trying to get my marker going, but it just doesn't seem to want to work here. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Okay, so we are at resistance and we're looking for a further decline going into this week. So dropping to the daily time frame, let's take a closer look at what's setting up. Actually, let's go to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, again, we're at resistance. Hit that resistance, bouncing off, looking to extend to the downside. We could see price coming all the way down to this area. However, short term for this week, don't expect a huge drop like that. Totally possible, of course, but probably a more gradual down. Breaking these lows would be what I would see playing out for this week. Okay, so a weak US dollar would provide opportunities. Australian dollar right now showing strength, so we would look for strength in Aussie versus US dollar, for instance. The same thing would bear out for the euro versus the US dollar. That would be strength to the upside. The British pound versus the US dollar, also looking for strength in that. So opportunities in those pairs. And then, of course, the Canadian dollar, US versus Canadian dollar would be the opposite, looking for weakness in that one. GBP, not GBP, but the Swiss versus Japanese yen and the Japanese yen versus US dollar, this USD JPY, would also show weakness, more than likely. Okay, so taking a look at the Japanese yen here, it's showing a lot of weakness, and that's what we would expect with the US dollar being weak as well, and opportunities to the downside for that. Okay, taking a look at Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin here, and Bitcoin is currently in a sideways pattern, and we'd be looking for opportunities for this to break and continue to the downside. So opportunities exist going into this week. This is on the daily, and we've been in quite a move to the downside. Just a lot of consolidation here, and looking for a break to the downside. So more weakness in the Bitcoin, and we could see Bitcoin breaking below these lows of 28,000 and Might even be down below 26,000 before the week is out. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, taking a look at crude oil. Crude oil showing lots of strength, and we would look for continued strength in crude oil for this week as well. Okay, and what else do I have here? Here's that Swiss franc we mentioned earlier. So Swiss franc showing some strength right now, but we could see further weakness. It's been quite a down, getting this bounce, and we could see further weakness going into this week as the U.S. dollar continues to show weakness as well. Okay, and the New Zealand dollar, similar to the Australian dollar, we'd look for strength in that to the upside against the US dollar primarily. Okay, this is Litecoin. Let's take a look at gold. Gold right now also showing some strength, and we could see continued strength going into this week as we move to the upside. We're in an overall downtrend, however, so this might be short-lived, but again, for this week, we could see further pushes to the upside in gold. Okay, that would probably be the same for silver. It too, huge moves to the downside. We're now inside of a channel going up, so this could be short-lived, and then we'd be seeing further weakness. That's totally a possibility. Before this week is out, we could see that happening. Okay. Taking a look at the Dow, and it's on the daily here. We're showing that we're inside of a range, and I would look for continued strength in the Dow going into this week. Same thing for the S&P 500, continued strength. It's a battle going on in there right now. If I drop down to a lower time frame, like the 4-hour, we'd see that playing out. So you can see that we're inside of a sideways type of pattern, and we can see this playing out. Some weakness at first and some strength, and so on. So we're inside of a tight range, but I would look for further moves to the upside overall as the week unfolds. All right, the U.S. Technology Group on the 4-hour, same type of pattern as is the Russell 2000, similar type of pattern, looking for further continuation to the upside as well, and that will be also same for the Nasdaq. Okay, so that's I think I've covered most of everything. A quick look at the DAX. This is the 4-hour on the daily, looking strong at this point, so we look for continued strength to the upside in the DAX going into this week as well. Okay, so that's a look at what's setting up for this week, and profitable trading to everyone. I'm done now. Thank you.